Hi and welcome back. We are moving on to revise trig equations. Trig equations is a very important topic along with your straight lines and algebra. Very important for your higher. Okay, so revision of trig equations. We're going to start off first of all by recapping what the trig graphs look like. It's important you know what the trig graphs look like because you do need to know that for actually solving your equations. Okay, so first of all the trig graphs. Here are, well, it's the x and y axis. I'm going to sketch on these graphs for you. You should know by now what they look like. Sine and cos, you should know exactly what they're like. Tan, not so popular, but again, you should know what it looks like, okay? You could be asked to make a sketch of trig graphs, okay? So first of all, very, very basic sine graph, y equals sine x. Let's see if we can get this right, okay? It's not very good. Complete wrong graph as well. Right, there we go. Right, that's pretty good, not too bad. What this graph should look like is on the x-axis 0 to 360. This graph reaches its highest point, number 1, not too bad, at the number 90 here, and it dips down to -1 at the 270. Okay, maximum, minimum 1 and -1, and going from 0 to 360. Cos graph, and again you should know what this looks like before I sketch it. Starts up here, this one. Not too bad, right? I think that's not too bad. It starts up at 1. I know it might look a teeny wee bit above 1. It starts at 1, goes down, cuts through the x-axis at the number 90, and it dips right down to -1 at 180 on the x-axis. Back up, cutting through at 270 and back up to the number 1. These are just sketches, okay? The tan graph, a wee bit different. The two above, you should be confident with them. This one, a wee bit different. Okay, that's actually one ooh. It's not bad. Let's see if I can fix this one. It's not too bad. Okay, right. What I want to highlight is where these graphs are positive and where they are negative. In particular, looking at the 4 quadrants. What I mean by the 4 quadrants is 0 to 90. Let's draw a bit line through 90. Okay, is your first quadrant. From 90 to 180 is the second quadrant. Oh, why is that not? Oh. From 180 to 270 is your third quadrant. And from 270 to 360 is what I mean by the 4th quadrant, okay? Right, in the first quadrant, look at the sine graph. I'm looking up here, okay? That graph is positive. It's above the x-axis. So sine is positive in the first quadrant. The cos graph is also positive. It's above. Please don't think that the graph is going down the way it's negative. No, the cos graph is above that blue x-axis, so it's positive. The tan graph is also positive. It's above the blue x-axis. So all of them are positive in the first quadrant. I'm going to do the same for the second. This is the second quadrant here. Between 90 and 180. Sine is positive. It's above that blue x-axis. The cos graph is below, so that's negative, and the tan graph is also below. The only one that's positive here out of these 3 is the sine graph. Third quadrant, looking at here, 180 to 270. Sine is negative, cos is negative, tan is the only one that's positive. And in the 4th, looking here, first one, sine is negative, it's below the blue axis. Below the x-axis. The cos is a positive one, tan is negative. So the only one that's positive is the cos. Now, I'm actually going to summarise this by A is the first letter, all positive in the first, sine is positive in the second, in the third one, tan is a positive one, and in the 4th quadrant, cos is a positive one. And if you were in my class, we will remember this by those 4 letters in order. Okay? Depending on which teacher you had, you might have remembered a wee diagram more like this one here, this red diagram. Okay? Now, this is going to help us solve our trig equations, okay? When we solve trig equations, just like our quadratics, we generally get two solutions, okay? The first solution comes from the calculator. I'll just call it the letter C. The second solution, if you're looking for another solution, because your calculator can't give you two answers at the same time, you get one from the calculator. If you're looking for a second quadrant answer, you do 180, and hopefully this should sound familiar. Take away the calculator answer. If you're looking for a third quadrant solution, you do 180 plus the calculator answer. And if you're looking for a solution in the fourth quadrant, you do 360 minus the calculator answer. That's a letter C there. Why is that letter C not going? 360 minus C. There we go. 360 minus the calculator answer. Okay. We really memorised it by the 4 letters in that order and your wee sums to work out as well. Okay. I'm going to run through a couple of examples. Okay. Right, first of all, before we start these, can you please make sure your calculator is on degree mode? It might indicate that with a letter D across the top of the screen. Please don't let it be on G for grad or R for rad, radians. Okay, it must be on D for degrees. Right, trig equations, just like linear equations, you want to get x on its own. X generally is on the left hand side. Everything else you want to put on the right hand side. Okay. So, in this equation then, you don't want that number 2 there. That's going to go first, okay? Sin x equals... Now, what's that number 2 doing over there? That's the number 1 now. What's this number 2 doing? It's multiplying the sin x. You're going to bounce it across here, do the reverse of it. It's divide by 2. So really what you've got is sin x equals 1 over 2. Sin x is a half. Just before we move on, this means that your x values are between 0 and 360. Okay, we're not looking for anything above 360. Strictly limited to 0 to 360. Right, to get our first solution, okay, we want to get rid of that sin x bit now. Okay, to get rid of the sin x, you do the inverse sign. On your calculator, it comes up as a wee inverse sign, okay. Inverse sign, you might have to use brackets. This is where you really need to use your own calculator, work out how it works, okay. So, on my calculator, to get this inverse sign, which comes up on the screen as sine to the minus 1, I press shift sign, and it comes up as sine minus 1. And then I would type in a half, and I would generally put it in a bracket. Some people type in a half first, and then hit inverse sign, okay. Inverse sign, and on my calculator, it comes up as 30. That's 30 degrees, okay. Now, we've also mentioned we're getting two solutions, okay, like think your quadratics. How do you get your second solution? That solution there is a calculator answer. That's the first quadrant answer. However, it might not necessarily be the first quadrant answer we're looking for. Right, which two solutions are we looking for? Which two quadrants? It comes from here. See the line where you have sin x equals? There it is. Sin x equals. Is that a positive or negative answer? Sin x equals a half. Well, a half is a positive number. So sin is positive. Sin is positive. Which two quadrants is sin positive? Well, it's positive in the first, because they're all positive in the first quadrant. And its sin is also positive in the second. So it's the first and second we're looking for. The first quadrant is from the calculator. There it is. That's our first answer. How do we get our second quadrant answer again? There was a wee sum we had to do. To get our second quadrant we do 180 minus the calculator answer. What was the calculator answer? 30. So our two solutions are 30 and 150. Okay. Let's try another one. There we go. Next one. Again, we're looking to get x on its own. Okay. Well, first of all, it'll be cos x on its own. Get x on its own, everything else on the other side. First thing to move across is just like linear equations. Okay, we've got 10 cos x equals, we're going to move that minus 2 across, okay? When that minus 2 moves across, what's happening? Well, it's going to get added onto the other side. Really what you've got here is 10 cos x equals 2. What's moving over next? the 10. What's happening to the 10? Well, what's the 10 doing? The 10 is multiplying by cos x. The opposite of multiply is to divide. Okay? You can key that in your calculator just now, the 2 over 10 if you want, or you can just go straight to find x. Well, we want to get rid of the cos. How do you get rid of the cos? Well, the reverse is, we see the inverse cos. It comes up as cos to the minus 1. Make sure you're doing the correct one. Inverse cos of 2 times. And then remember, we'll look at our 2 quadrants. Right, inverse, shift cos. Make sure you're hitting cos. Cos to the minus 1. Up to a wee bracket. It will ensure it works out. Not all calculators need the bracket, but if you put it in, all calculators will give you the answer. So, it didn't specify anything about rounding, so we're going to go with 1 decimal place, okay? 78.5 we'll go for. Now, that's one solution. Is it the right one? How do we know? Is it the first quadrant? That's the first quadrant solution. Is that even one we're looking for? We're looking for 2 solutions. To find which 2 quadrants we're looking for, look for the line in the work and it says cos x equals. There it's there. Cos x equals. So, is cos positive? Is cos negative? Cos x equals 2 tenths. 2 over 10. That's a positive number. It's not a negative. Cos is negative. Cos is positive rather. Right? So, which 2 quadrants is cos positive? They're all positive in the first. That's one that we need. There you go, we've already got it. That is one of our solutions. Where else is cos positive? Well, S is the second letter in this, okay? That means that sine is the only positive one in the second. Tan is the only positive one in the third. Cos is the only positive one in the fourth. We're looking for cos is positive, so all in the first and cos in the fourth. So it's actually the fourth quadrant answer we're looking for now. And remember the wee sum we had to do? What was the wee sum? 360 minus, and it was a calculator answer. Your calculator. Oops. That's better. 281.5. Okay, so that's our 2 solutions. Again, this is revision. I know I've maybe went through some of it quite quickly. It's very important for higher, this topic. Please go through, take some notes, try some questions and get back to me if you need any help. Okay, good luck. Bye bye.